And there we go again, guys. We're on game 2, Team Phoenix versus Komanda 5. Game 1 was really short. We saw a 16 minutes win, and one of the most incredible snipers I have seen mid. He was really chewing through those supports. It was incredible to watch, and it's nothing really they could do against. And we see this time a Doom and a Visage ban. We saw the Visage ban already last game by Team Phoenix. And on the other side we see an Invoker and an Ember Spirit. That's definitely like at least one strong mid is taken out by banning the Invoker. And we see again Mirana on Team Phoenix. And a Bane this time. It's a very nice synergy between both heroes. We have an arrow directly put into a sleeping target, and on the other side we have AA, again one of the most dangerous ultis in the game, because we have the impact damage, you have the burn damage, and of course you have the shatter. And we have Sand King, a nice stun coming out, also a lot of AoE damage. This is definitely gonna be interesting. And we see another Timber ban. Like, this hero wasn't even touched last game, I think. No, we didn't have a Timber ban last game. And we see Clockwork ban as well. Well, this, at least with Timber there's a strong offlane taken out, and with Clockwork just as well. So I'm looking forward what they're gonna pick, especially this time what we're gonna see in the mid lane, because the sniper OD duo in the mid was really interesting. Unfortunately we didn't see the lone druid working out on the offlane. Like, he lost his bear already very early in the game. That was 300 gold fed to either AA or the Tusk, and he lost his bear even a second time, so he attempted twice to creep skip him some experience directly to the tower, but both times it failed because the supports were just absolutely aware of what he's planning. And yeah, well, therefore Lone Druid was so insignificant in that game, it wasn't even funny. Like, this guy was just not existent for the team. And we see a Quap, a nice Queen of Pain. This is definitely something for the mid material. And we see at the same time a Pug Bun, which is, yeah, definitely something that could counter a Quap. The silence is pretty nasty, and there we go. I think with this bun they made a lot of space for the Quap in the mid. And we see on Komanda 5 Nyx bun. The question is, why were they afraid of Nyx? I mean, the AA is very squishy. The Nyx can also take out a Sand King in Sandstorm. But there's more to come in the pick, so we're gonna see. There must be something they're really afraid of. Especially when it comes to disable. I mean, Ember ban, I don't really know why, because last game both teams had the opportunity to take him, but none of them did. Well, I think it's more likely just a random ban. The Invoker I can absolutely understand. The Timber on the offlane, Nyx on the offlane, I can absolutely understand. Let's see what they gonna pick, so we understand more of their game plan.
Titan.
We see an Elder Titan. That's very interesting, because it's still not very clear what Komanda 5 is going for. I mean, AA Sand King Elder Titan, that's very nice combination. You have 2 stuns already, you have the minus magic, which is provided by the Elder Titan, and of course the huge AA ulti, which is always hurting, especially later when he managed to get the Aghanim's. But I don't really see where's the core. Like, I'm trying to find out what's their game plan, what they wanna core it with. But first, it's Team Phoenix's turn. And there, the question also arises, is that Mirana gonna roam with the Bane? Or is it another carry Mirana? We see the carry Mirana so often now, and no. We see no core, no hard carry whatsoever. We see a Darkseer, and I'm seeing him definitely on mid. And for Komanda 5, a nice pick versus the Quap, a Storm Spirit. I think both heroes are pretty decent mid laners against each other. I mean, Queen can go for a poison spam. The Storm Spirit, of course, still does decent damage. The question is, does he go for Remnant Rush or not? But yeah, Storm definitely can sustain against the Quap and vice versa. Disruptor. So this is probably gonna be decided either by misplays or by supports rotating in. And we see a Disruptor as the last pick of Team Phoenix. It's very nice against the Storm Spirit, especially when he tries to escape. The Glimpse has a huge range and you can get him back, especially when he used his mana pool before. A Storm without mana is just, yeah, not worth anything. And we see the last pick by Komanda 5 is a Death Prophet. That's a very interesting pick. That is a lot of spell damage coming the way of Team Phoenix there. We have AAOT, SKOT, we have the Elder Titan, stun, his image, plus of course his ulti. We have the Storm with a lot of magic damage incoming, and of course Death Prophet spamming the hell out of Team Phoenix, plus of course the Silence and the ultimate, which is used either way. Very strong in team fights, very strong to push buildings whatsoever. So I definitely see a slight advantage here in team fight when it comes to Komanda 5. On the other hand, we see very, very, very nice very, very nice gank potential on Team Phoenix here, and we see them already going into the lane. We see SKAA on the safe lane, and Storm is heading for the safe lane, and we're gonna see the Prophet in mid instead. Okay, that's very interesting, because I think they could have traded this either way. Like Prophet safe lane and the Storm against the Cop could have just as well worked out. We see the ET on the offlane, and he's already warding the... No, actually he's not warding the camp, he's defensively warding here, so he wants to see what's rotating in. We see Mirana on the offlane. The Bane is hiding here, they're already ready for their setup. Mirana already skilled Arrow. Bane hasn't skilled anything so far, but Storm is at the tower, and the two supports are together, so there's nothing really to pick up right here. I think they want to try here some first blood attempt. The Darkseer is probably gonna end up permanently in the offlane. Mid, well, the Queen of Pain is guarding a double damage rune. There's another ward coming out here in the mid spot. Vision on the rune, that's very important. And also like rotates from this side, that could possibly come. And we're gonna see... That is very interesting. We have a Death Prophet Disruptor matchup in mid. We have a Queen now with a double damage rune. That's probably give him some advantage at the start. And now we have, yeah, Darkseer with a backup here on the side, but I don't think Komanda knows about this. There goes the sleep, and the arrow hits. Darkseer is already there with Iron Shell. I think this is already the first blood on the AA. The question is, do they get away with it? Yes, there's no follow-up whatsoever. With the AA, there's nothing they can do. Bane didn't even get frozen. He had the time to run away. He even has boots already as first item. Boots and smoke as basic item. Clarity now taken. So they're probably just gonna rotate somewhere else because they can. Simply because they can. In the mid we see Disruptor actually doing quite significant damage to the Prophet. Already below 50% HP. The Quap didn't really use... No, the Quap didn't use the advantage of the double damage rune at the start. The ET is at decent HP, but he only has one tango left, and this is even a shared one with a 40-second cooldown, so he's definitely gonna have problems against this Quap, because the Quap poison first, and of course the blink, so he's definitely gonna have problems with regenning this. damage. And there we go. No game without a pause. And there's another pause by Bane. Question is why? Because Podem is retarded, apparently. That's at least what the team says. He's saying disconnect, so just as last game we have a disconnect. There's no good game without a disconnect or a long pause, I guess. But anyway, we see the Podem is smoked up here, just as the Bane, and they're probably heading mid. And yeah, I think they can actually find something here because the profit is really low. Used one of the tangos already, so by the time they reach it, he's gonna regen a bit back, but still, the Nightmare into the arrow, absolutely deadly combo. If they get it off, it's all about positioning. And the Disruptor, the Disruptor won't hit level 3 before they actually can do something here, but still, the level 1 ability still does 4 strikes, a 40 damage, so that's definitely enough at the moment to get her really low, and then just some random damage by Bane or Mirana would already be a kill. In the meantime, we see Storm having, well, he's running away from the Iron Shell. It's at the start, it's a bit pain to play against the Iron Shell. I guess maybe he's going for Remnant Rush here just to get rid of the creeps with Remnant, and they push the tower. Then again, you can also easily dodge it, but Storm without boots at the moment, so the problem is if that Iron Shell creep is following you, you still get some damage, especially significant on lower level. I think the SK can't really harass the Darkseer out. He has a cell of 3 tangos, and if he puts up Iron Shell, then he needs definitely help. Like, the SK alone won't hurt the Darkseer too much unless he makes some crucial mistake. Well, and we take that pause time. Again, we can look at the wards. I already said something about this ward. This is defensive ward, but both camps here are still spawning. But there's no support anyway who would pull those camps, so that doesn't really matter. And we have the other ward coming out here. Well, it gives them some vision, but the vision doesn't matter, especially if they're dusted up, if they're smoked up right now. And there, Mirana comes back. There's some nice chat, random Russian Suka coming out. Still in loading screen at Mirana, but he should be back hopefully. And there we go. The game commences. And there we see Darkseer getting a bit harassed here, but well, it's definitely not enough to drive him out of lane, but yeah, Darkseer can't come that close. If he comes too close, it gets dangerous. I mean, he's level 1 stun, Storm is level 2, but still 2 Iron Shells are eating up those creeps. It's nothing really they can do. Well, Quap just gets the Astral Spirit in her face, but like level 1 that doesn't hurt at all. And now Bane was rotating here, but I think the Mirana didn't quite load completely, so now it's actually they get in trouble for the Bane, but SK doesn't use stun, and Mirana is just disconnecting again. But apparently they don't pause. There comes a ward out now directly on the rune, so Mirana is probably being steered by the Bane, but this time they can definitely see all of that, so that's, yeah, it's not a secret anymore. This smoke went absolutely to nowhere. Well, Storm is now 11 in 2, he definitely gets some farm, but the Darkseer is 10 in 0, that's very nice for offlane. And the question is, yeah, they want to stop this Darkseer, like, SK is in, AA is in, and there comes the pull from the stall. Nice, he waited for the speed up. Oh, it was not enough. The salve was interrupted, but now he has nowhere to go. There's 2 hits pretty much missing. Does he get away? He actually managed to get away. They're still in pursuit, but yeah, in the meantime we missed the kill on the Prophet. And also for some reason the Quop got killed by the ET. I guess it was greedy dive under the tower. That was 3 times actions. Unfortunately I can't have 3 cameras. Amazingly enough, the Darkseer made away while the Death Prophet had to suffer a gank by 3 in mid. And this is absolutely a mystery for me, because how did Quop die? Well, now the ET actually gets a bit cocky here. Now he's going actively towards the Quop, and the Quop doesn't have too much HP. Poison is up, but well. Oh, now I think this time he is. Oh, the bottle in between the ticks, really nice, and that's the 2nd kill now for the ET. Very nicely played. And Prophet at the same time in the mid got an arrow. Now is locked in by the disruptor, and the right clicks are absolutely enough to kill him off. This is very unfortunate for the Prophet, but I mean, the ET in the meantime gets some of that mid loss away by the Quop a 2nd time. This is really bad. I mean, the Quop is 18 and 6, but the ET with the kills definitely got him some gold there. And now he's bottle crowing, so he can actually now stay on lane. He even brought himself a salve. The Darkseer, the lucky survivor, is still back on lane. The Storm now pretty low HP, has to deal with the Iron Shell creeps. Question is, yeah, I think they rotate in, but Darkseer already smelled it, and yeah, he's going out. Even though SK has a double damage here, but they can't really do anything against the Darkseer. The Storm's getting now salved up by his support, and that's pretty good. We see the Death Prophet in mid again under pressure. The Bane was coming in, but he made a slight turn. No idea if he wasn't in range for the Nightmare. I don't know, maybe that was a movement mistake. And again, on top, it's so close between those two. Like, the chicken is flying by, he's trying to save it, but they don't have enough right click, not even to kill the chicken. And the ET, he's smelling that kill on the Quop. The Quop is absolutely out of region. The 2 supports are looking for the AT. In the meantime, we have bottom, they want to go for it, but Darkseer rescued himself under the tower. Now, and the Elder Titan actually managed to get his Astral Spirit, took the kill on the Quop. The Quop absolutely low HP. The arrow is also gonna fail. Now, Disruptor is gonna rotate mid. The ulti is coming out, and he's just TPing. Is it enough? No. There, the glimpse came out, but it's still not enough. He's running away with 30 HP. Bane is barely in range for Brains Up, but the Disruptor is just finishing it off with his Thunderstrike. In the meantime, we see the Darkseer. No, this is not his abilities. He is just hasted up, and he's just running away from 3 here, and no way to catch him. Speedy Gonzalez of Dota, Darkseer in absolute action. In the meantime, Disruptor is leading the charts, which is very impressive in the mid, and the Death Prophet is right behind, but the Death Prophet has to care so much about what he does. Like, every step could be his last one. Like, Mirana Bane, a very deadly combos, waiting all the time just to get him. And Disruptor is asking if they like the game. Well, I don't think the Quop likes the game. The Quop it's definitely not her game. I mean, she's back on lane, but she got a Basilos. That's all she got. I mean, she's 33 and 10. That's not too bad, but she died all the time. And the ET is absolutely dominating her. The ET is absolutely driving her out. She has to go away, and every spirit is just gonna hurt her so much. It already does 180 damage on her, and I mean, she only got 600 HP. So that's like 3 of the spirits, and she's pretty low. And yeah, and in the mid we see action again. The ulti by the Disruptor is out. And yeah, the Death Prophet can't do anything. Like Komanda 5 is not putting too much emphasis on the mid lane for some reason. I'm really curious about, because that Death Prophet is left alone all the time. Like AA and SK, they don't bother at all. SK is right now farming here at in the jungle. ET is now getting a bit pressure, like Queen comes in, slows him, but no, not even enough mana for the arrow. The arrow before that didn't hit. Darkseer also easily escaping here on the bottom lane. I don't know what's the game plan for Komanda 5. I actually think they want to put the emphasis on the Storm, who is now 41 and 3. They probably say, like, if the Death Prophet doesn't get any farm, fine. We just have the similar farm on Storm, but like ET is absolutely getting over his top here. Yeah, he gets glimpsed back and now he's locked in. Before already he ate an arrow, was low HP. There's 4 against him, nothing he can do. I think he overcommitted a bit here. I mean, at some point he got twice away with the quad kill and a lot of harass and almost away with the second escape, but third time not so lucky. Well, in the meantime, like, Death Prophet is stacking up some camps. He stacked twice here, this camp, and cleared it. Now he's clearing the side camps because he's just too afraid to go out. Now he's Arcane Boot swapping as well, get some more mana off. But ET's back and running, and he's already harassing the Queen out of the lane. Now the question is there something coming? Any answer by Komanda 5? We have a smoke team coming here in mid. The Disruptor is definitely a tasty prey. There comes, oh, the ultimate. Before the stun could come out, the ultimate. He can Sandstorm as much as he wants, but vision under the tower, and that was absolutely a fair gank. Disruptor, very nice in reaction, and now the AA gets slowed, gets the Queen ulti, and the Darkseer behind him is finishing the AA after Disruptor is glimpsing him back. That was a gank that absolutely failed. The kill on the Disruptor is exactly what they needed. He's level 9, like almost leading there for the charts. The Storm on the safe lane hasn't been so far in the game, but he's just level 8, even with his free farm. Now the question is, what do we see? We see ET hiding here, and I think Quop didn't see him. Darkseer is farming. Oh, I think now he got spotted. He blinked at least on it. Now the Darkseer is trying to harass him a bit. There comes the slow, but the AT still has a lot of HP. The wall is coming out, but the AT ulti coming out as well, just as an escape tool. And that's no one is gonna die here on it. But the ET definitely lost some HP. But yeah, the AA is now with Storm pulling for the lane, but SK and Prophet are now top lane and they are retreating. I think they just want to go for that tier 1. Cliff is used on very low HP, but I don't think there's any answer come. Like, Quop is waiting here. Darkseer is happily farming. No, there's nothing to come. So that's a free tower for Komanda 5. The still offline Mirana is standing here in the jungle. And the Storm still farming. I actually think Komanda 5 says, like, the Storm is what we got. Like, a farmed Storm. This is gonna carry us through the game. In the meantime, like, the Disruptor in mid pushing the tower. For escaping, he has a bottle full with a nice haste rune. Now we have a rotation here from the side. Death Prophet is coming in with an SK, but they don't know what's waiting. There we go. Ulti. He's entrapped. He's been stunned by the SK, but it doesn't matter. Now he's in trouble. The offlane Mirana is doing some damage. Now he's going again for a stun, but the Iron Shell is just finishing him off, and they just don't have enough damage. And the Disruptor with haste rune now. Well, he tried to trap someone here, but that didn't work out. Still, absolutely going in favor for Phoenix. The SK lost was really aggressive there, wanted to get up with the second stun. And to be honest, I think if that Mirana would not have been offline and played for himself, I think this would have even be worse for Komanda 5. And now there we see Fiend's Grip on the ET. They try to save the invisibility rune, and he can't grab it. He's just like a centimeter too short. But now Storm, for the first time he comes in. He already got the Mirana. Like, Bane is trying to deny himself, but the Remnant is killing him off. The Disruptor is invisible, therefore not really included in this action, but I think they want to go for the AA, and there it comes. The Thunderstrike is already coming out. He's locked in. Iron Shell doing the rest. But Storm got quite some decent mana. I think he has 2 points on Remnant, and there he goes. Low HP Disruptor. The Darkseer being stunned right after he wanted to sprint away, and this is really dangerous. Disruptor ball back. And now comes the glimpse. The ulti comes out. He's silenced, but he got his stun ready, so he can definitely use his stun. They have no vision to detect him here, and the Thunderstrike just ran out. And yeah, the ET finished him off there. Now the ET is coming for the Disruptor, but he's already locked in again. Yeah, they can drive him away. There he's... Oh, I think that was not really worth it. Unless he actually makes it away, but Quap blinked just a bit too short. Disruptor, a tick of the Iron Shell and a right click, that was enough. This time he didn't lock in the people, yeah. And Quap is sneaking that very low HP AA with an ulti. The Prophet is coming with ulti up, but it was a bit too late. Now the Quap being silenced and stunned by the SK. The question is, do they get the Disruptor? No, they don't. They don't even want to go for it. I think now the goal is use the rest of the ultimate to finish off that tower. I think that was some forth and back trade. I think that fight went, including buybacks and everything, over a long time. Mirana ulti is up, so Fiend's Grip is now up on the Death Prophet. The wall directly on top of him. Mirana is doing some right click, but is also getting stunned now by the ET. Finished off by the ET. The SK dies just by Iron Shell, and at the ET, I think he should go back here because he doesn't want to run through this wall, including the Disruptor being there as well. I think he just wants to put now a Spirit, and yeah, and that's pretty much it. Well, this was a 2-on-2, but then again the Mirana is offlane, and it was the Prophet mid for two of their pretty much support, since the Mirana was just roaming. So I think this trade went again in favor of Phoenix. Meantime, we see an Ornn coming out on the Bane. He got it for quite a while. The ET is going for drums plus face boot, so he's gonna be some sort of race car. The AA is absolutely full support, just a stake and sentries now to deward. The Disruptor, well, not quite significant HP, but he got a 4-star. That's definitely giving him some survivability. But Storm, the Storm is already looking for him. He's coming here, but he sees now the Darkseer, and I don't think he wants to go in there, because if he doesn't get that Disruptor instantly, he's gonna use the ultimate, and then Storm can't do anything. Absolutely silenced. Prophet, I don't know if he wanted to rotate in there, but I think the Storm said, no, screw this, we're not going for it, it's too risky. Instead, Storm is just grabbing some farm here in mid. Well, this time we actually see the Quap in mid. That's what I actually predicted the first time, but I was totally wrong. They sent the Disruptor, and well, Quap 68 and 14, taking 4th place there, and on top we see the action. Exactly what I said. Storm being on the ulti, he can't do anything, he's dominating his going out. The AA ulti hit the Darkseer and the Disruptor, but SK still made it out. Only problem is Disruptor just too fast to be caught up. He uses bottle, is now full HP, same. Fiend's Grip is coming out on the AA, but got interrupted. Now they fight against a wall and Death Prophet ulti. Death Prophet is gonna finish off the Bane there. And Darkseer is still waiting here, but I think he wants to go out, yeah. Well, that's some nice kills for the Death Prophet at least, so he's picking up some of that farm. I think the Mirana ulti was kinda wasted there as well, because Darkseer was already TPing and the TP was getting through. Now, Orchid on the Mirana. Can't really do anything. No boots, no items whatsoever. She's really fast. That was an easy kill for the Storm. Used quite a lot of mana for it, but kill is kill. The money and experience goes towards Storm. And funny thing is, right upon that, Mirana reconnected. Darkseer finished the mech, so that's definitely some plus in the... and we see the ET is getting glimpsed back into the ulti, standing directly versus 2, including a creep wave, including a tower, and is going down. There's a double damage rune, and Mr. Carrier Disruptor is gonna pick it up. Now the question is, do they want to go for that tier 1 now that the AT is dead? There's just one lone defender and it's an AA. It's even easy to pick up. Klims is not on cooldown. Theoretically, they could go, yeah, with a double damage. They're just taking the Disruptor, just getting that tower. There's a defensive little entrapment try. Oh, and that SK ulti went absolutely nowhere. He thought they're gonna push on, so he was going for it. And now that they know the SK ulti is out, I think they're gonna try to go for more. Darkseer is now here. Oh, and the SK, second bad play. He just misses the stun on the Darkseer. That is really, really unfortunate. Mirana DC'd in the meantime again. I guess Phoenix absolutely accepted already the fact that Mirana is out. They are now with 4 here. With 5 actually, if you count on the AFK Mirana. Now Mirana ulti is used. I think they should give her at least brown boots, but we're gonna see a team fight here. Now Disruptor. There's the Disruptor Clems. The ulti is not out yet. ET ulti is up now. Ulti and entrapment. They're in. Quop is getting the shout off. And this is gonna turn out badly for Komanda 5. Like, Prophet survives barely with 90 HP. Storm has just finished off the offline Mirana. And this was a 2 for 2 trade after all. I actually predicted there like a much worse outcome for Komanda 5 because the Mirana ulti from behind they had a sentry here there, so they saw it, but like by the time they saw it they could have cast something. And the Prophet is coming back here, clashing a bit with the Disruptor. He got glimpsed back, now Quop is coming in. The poison is up, Ornn is up. There was some direct damage, and Bane with the Brain Sap just finishing him off. AA ulti comes in though and hits all 3. We have the Bane Disruptor under the effect of AA, and I think that's what they take as a reason for a retreat. We just put the SK before to sleep, and that's pretty much it. Both teams retreat. Was some nice exchange, heavy fighting, and I have to say very long fighting of these teams. But yeah, this is really no love for the Mirana. Like, she's sitting on 2,800 gold just by the gold ticking up. Now she even reconnected, but oh well. They could have given her at least brown boots, so she has a chance to escape even if she's just microed by someone else. In the meantime, we see the Disruptor, the Quop, and the Bane trying to find something here on the top lane, but I don't think they find something. And we see exactly the mirror image. We see AA and SK with the Death Prophet waiting for the Darkseer, but even he made it out. He was hiding here on the side, and yeah, they didn't find him. But then again, the Death Prophet ulti is ready. They have the power to push that tier 2, and if they want to trade, this is a tier 1 for tier 2. I don't know if this is a good trade for Phoenix, or if they want to defend. I mean, Disruptor is coming in, the Darkseer is waiting on the side. In the meantime, on the top lane, they still push. Mirana ulti is now used. And Ward here sees something, but like not against Mirana ulti, and this is wall into Disruptor ulti, and there Quop even TP'd in and finished off. Or not actually finished off, but like she did a huge damage on the Prophet, and that was enough that Disruptor ticks finished him off. And now they just turn it around. Instead of losing a tier 2, they're pressuring that tier 1, and the tier 1 is already low HP, so I think they're gonna just lose it. This is yeah, there's nothing they're gonna do against it. Nothing they actually can do against it. Storm is now farming here, but jungle, well, ET is showing. Maybe this is some sort of a bait, but I don't think Phoenix is too much interested in that lane, because right now they put a ward here, they have some jungle side now, they theoretically could even push that tier 2 tower, but they also don't seem to be interested. I think they just want to get pickoffs. And, well, Mirana now reconnected, bought some items, but looks more like a second support than anything else. He definitely spent all his 3k gold. Storm is pushing the top tower, but they still don't care. They want to engage here in that mid. I mean, the Disruptor has invisibility rune. Like, Darkseer blink in, vacuum out. Now there comes, the Darkseer is gonna die. There's too much damage on him. He was even hit by AA. And now Storm TP'd back, is grabbing the Mirana, and Mirana is still dying regardless of her being like, Disruptor tried to glimpse back any one of them, but not enough. Storm just got him. And that turned out not very well for Phoenix. Now the question is, they just pinged out Roshan. Do they transition with that ultimate? No, the ultimate is just too short. It's just about to run. So they're not going into Roshan. The question is what they're gonna do next. I mean, the bottom lane is now pushing towards the tier 2. Top lane, well, Queen is doing something here. ET is coming alone for the Queen. I don't think, I mean, he managed 2 kills in the laning phase on him, but I don't think now he can solo her. Unless she, I mean, she got a BKB. She's out of mana though, so she has to be careful. And I think both teams just said like, okay, fine, we go back to farming. And actually the ET is gonna try. And stun was up on the Queen, but like, yeah, he has nothing. Even he's out of mana, there's nothing he can follow up. Mirana arrow was not hitting on the ET zone. This was kinda saying hello. We're both we both have no follow up, so we're not gonna do anything. But now Mirana ulti's up. But I think Komanda 5 knows that, and yeah, they retreat well behind the tier 1 tower. And yeah, I don't think they can do anything. The Mirana arrow is gonna scout, but not connect to anything. And now it's more than obvious. We have 5 here on top, and I don't know if they want to go for that tower. I mean, AA ulti is now coming in, connecting on 2, and I think that's just the sign to, guys, we have to go out here. And yeah, as I say, Queen is TPing out, and the rest of them is just retreating. I don't know, these standoffs are kinda expensive for both teams to some point. I mean, AA was farming here, well, farm on the AA. It's good, especially now that he finishes Aghanim Scepter. The Aghanim Scepter is like pretty much the core item. It makes that ultimate so much more effective. The duration of it is so long. Like, what is the duration of the Scepter duration? Is 17 seconds. You have that damn debuff. There's nothing you can heal. And yeah, that definitely hurts. Anyway, we have the ET baiting here. We have the Quap with smoke behind, but now she shows, and we have Phoenix coming in with a counter smoke. At the moment it's 4 on 4. The Mirana is farming bottom, and I don't think she wants to come in. And there we go. Nice vacuum into Disruptor ulti. They are all both in trap. The wall is on top. Like, SK goes for his ulti. Now we have a Fiend Script on the Storm, but it got interrupted. The Storm out of mana, out of HP. The Darkseer is coming behind, and it was not enough mana. Vacuum still on cooldown, not enough to get him off. And the SK now, lone survivor. Do they get him? No, he actually managed to TP out. And Mirana just doesn't care. Like, okay, I disconnected for half of the game. I have to pick up some farm, which is kind of okay. I mean, she didn't contribute anything to that fight. Like, even her ultimate was absolutely on cooldown, so nothing she could have done. Well, we have a sentry ward here left by Phoenix, I guess, as a defensive ward in that fight. Also have here one sentry, which I don't really understand, but maybe it was dropped in another fight. Which I really like is this ward. It gives so much vision here, and like instantly we see the blinks. You instantly see the blinks, and now Mirana ulti's coming out. They're coming, but they saw it. I think the ward scouted exactly this. Now they're coming in. Mirana, the arrow hits on the Prophet, but that's not enough. They didn't expect Storm being there. Like, Disruptor tries to force stuff out, but Orchid, nothing he could have done there. That was 3 versus 2. Mirana, short arrow. They get scouted out by exactly this ward. So yeah, this was not a surprise for Komanda. This was an easy counter game. And even that ward is not really of use because Komanda sticks together and they can't even pick off anything. AA is trying to stop that push of the Darkseer on top lane in the meantime. Like, Komanda 5 is chewing through that tier 2 tower of Phoenix and it's going down. They don't even want to contest. I mean, they need, their entire build needs the Disruptor. They need a Disruptor ulti. They need them heroes to be absolutely entrapped. And now the Death Prophet ulti is even making. Oh my god, this tower is already down. They don't have a cliff. Cliff is still half on cooldown. Now Storm is jumping the Mirana. Going in. Pipe is coming out, but yeah, it actually is enough to save them. Now the Quad pop BKB, so the SK ulti won't do much. She's blinking out. Now Disruptor is back. Fiend Script is coming out. The ulti is still ticking on the SK. There goes the Storm, just down as well. Now the ET ulti is coming out. Just the Disruptor is getting hit, but the Disruptor is so low HP, he has to go out. The Prophet and the ET still fighting. ET is so low HP, he's now getting glimpsed back, dying of Ornn charge plus Queen. Queen is focusing the Prophet, but Prophet is TPing out. And the AA is TPing out as well. Nothing to interrupt. And I mean, Bane was actually here in range. He could have just come here and like nightmared him, but he didn't bother, or I just underestimate how far away he was. But like, yeah, overall, I mean, they lose the ranged, the melee racks, and the range racks is on very low HP, and it's not even, it's the non-regenning racks, so this is, well, they lost half a team there, Komanda 5, but mission accomplished. I mean, after all, this game is called Defense of the Ancients, and the defense of Phoenix definitely failed there. They lost 2 buildings, 3 including the tier 2 tower here, and that's, yeah, it's bad. Now they have the bottom lane pushing in, and that's definitely a disadvantage they play against. And I think Komanda knows that now. They go back a bit farm. They wait till the Prophet ulti is back, and that's it. But like in the meantime, like ET is mass pinging on the Prophet, saying like, "Hey, low, come, low, we want to push," and they actually do. Like, they smoke here in jungle. Phoenix smokes in jungle and wants to pick off that farming Death Prophet, but now the tower is already down. Do they even have all of them? Yeah, all of them have TPs, but some of them have TP cooldown, so their base is almost under attack again, and they're still looking around in the jungle, but they won't find anyone there. Now Prophet ulti is coming out. This time, no, the cliff is still 16 seconds on cooldown. Now we see, and trapped by the SK ulti is coming out. ET ulti is coming out. The Quap already BKB'd and ulti into 4, but like they don't really care. Now the ET is doing some damage too, and with the Death Prophet ulti doing the rest to it, there's so much AoE coming from Komanda 5. There's not really anything you can do. Absolutely nothing you can do. I mean, they had a pipe already. Like, I mean, Mirana deceived for half the game, so the entire, I mean, their entire fight was based on let the Bane nightmare something, and the Mirana is gonna arrow it, and then we're gonna pick off that hero, whoever's stunned. I have to say the Darkseer played really, really well. He made his offline. I mean, he was lucky survivor from time to time, but his offline playing was really good. He got farm, he harassed people out, and he was in the game very early. The Disruptor worked out in the first half of the game, like his silence, and he entrapped people really cool. The Thunderstrike doing a lot of damage, especially because he got early levels. I mean, the Death Prophet really got driven out of this mid lane. I mean, they committed 3 heroes to it all the time, but I mean, still, the Death Prophet got no farm at all. And even the Storm being on the safe lane all the time, didn't have too much of an impact. I mean, after all, in most of those fights, he actually just jumped on the Mirana, who was disconnected with 6 empty slots, and just got that kill and fed on him. I mean, okay, it's something you should go for, of course, if you want to win. But yeah, I don't know. I think this game was definitely won by AA ulti plus SK ulti plus the ET ulti, and of course the Death Prophet Ghost swirling around all the time. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. This was the second game, Division 2 game of Join Dota League. I am Heflamoke, casting on the channel of HeflaTV. If you like it, like the stream, like my Facebook, I'm even on Twitter, even though I fucking hate it. Usually I cast with other people together. I usually have co-casters, I have guest casters, but since everybody is away today, or their hardware just said bye-bye, I'm alone. And yeah, usually I'm the cameraman and more the silent guy, but I hope it wasn't too bad. It's pretty much like my second solo cast, and I guess it wasn't too bad. Nobody wrote me like, oh man, yeah, shut up. So I'm kinda happy, and yeah, thanks for watching, and see you soon. You're gonna see on my page and on Twitter and even on my Twitch, on my Twitch, on my Facebook, on my Twitter, you're gonna see when I cast, what I cast, with who I cast, and yeah, follow, switch in. Much appreciated. See ya, guys. Was fun.